everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about something we all want but often struggle with, a better memory. You know that feeling when you walk into a room and completely forget why you went there? Or when someone tells you their name and 2 seconds later it's just gone? Yeah, we've all been there. But here's the thing, memory isn't just something you're born with. It's a skill, and like any skill, you can improve it. So in this video, I'll show you some simple, science-backed ways to boost your memory, whether you're studying, working, or just trying to remember where you left your keys. Now, before we get into the techniques, let's quickly talk about why we forget things in the first place. Our brains are constantly bombarded with information, and they have to decide what's important and what's not. If your brain thinks something isn't useful, it won't bother storing it. That's why repetition and association are so important for memory. All right, let's get into the practical stuff. 1. Pay attention, because your brain can't remember what it doesn't notice. Sounds obvious, right? But how often do we try to multitask while learning something? Maybe you're scrolling on your phone while reading or watching TV while studying. Your brain isn't fully focused, so the information never really sticks. So step 1, focus. When you need to remember something, eliminate distractions and be fully present. 2, use the power of association. Our brains love connections. If you want to remember a new name, try linking it to something familiar. For example, if you meet a guy named Jack, picture him holding a jackhammer. The weirder the connection, the better. It might feel silly, but trust me, it works. 3, write things down, but not just any way. Taking notes helps, but how you take them matters. Instead of just copying information word for word, try summarizing it in your own words. This forces your brain to process the info instead of just recording it mindlessly. Also, writing by hand is usually better than typing because it engages different parts of the brain. 4, teach it to someone else. If you can explain something to someone else in simple terms, you truly understand it. So next time you learn something new, try teaching it to a friend, a family member, or even just yourself in the mirror. 5, sleep. Your brain needs it. You ever notice that after a good night's sleep, everything just seems clearer? That's because your brain organizes and stores memories while you sleep. If you're not getting enough rest, your memory will suffer. Aim for at least 7-8 hours of quality sleep every night. 6, use mnemonics and acronyms. Ever heard of PEMDAS for math? Or ROYGBV for the colors of the rainbow? These are mnemonics, little memory tricks that help you store information in an easy-to-recall way. You can create your own for anything you need to remember. So, have you ever had to memorize a list of things and just couldn't get it to stick? That's where mnemonics come in. They're like little memory shortcuts that make information way easier to recall. And the best part? They actually work because our brains love patterns and weird connections. Let's start with acronyms. You take the first letter of each word and turn it into a word or phrase. Classic example? For math. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Or ROYGBA for the colors of the rainbow. These are lifesavers when you need to memorize something in order. Now, if the letters don't make a nice word, you can use acrostics, basically making a sentence where each word starts with the right letter. Like, for remembering the planets, people use, "My very educated mother just served us nachos." Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, you get the idea. It's silly, but that's the point. The weirder it is, the easier it sticks. Then we've got rhymes and songs. Ever noticed how you never forget song lyrics from years ago, but you forget what you ate yesterday? That's because music helps lock things into your memory, like that little rhyme for the months, 30 days hath September, April, June, and November. If you learned that as a kid, you probably still use it. Another trick? Visualization. Your brain loves pictures. So instead of just repeating a word over and over, turn it into an image. Let's say you meet a guy named Mr. Baker. Instead of just trying to remember Baker, imagine him wearing a giant chef's hat, holding a tray of cookies. The crazier the image, the better it sticks. And then there's chunking, which is great for numbers. You ever notice how phone numbers are grouped into small chunks instead of one long number? That's because it's way easier to remember 867-5309 then 8675309 as one big chunk. You can do this with anything. Break long info into smaller, manageable pieces. So yeah, if you struggle with memorizing stuff, try these tricks. Use acronyms, make silly sentences, turn things into weird images, or even sing them. The funnier and crazier, the better. Try it out and let me know what works for you. 7. Practice active recall. This is one of the most effective ways to improve memory. Instead of just rereading notes or books, test yourself. Close the book and try to recall the information. This strengthens your memory way better than passive reading. 8. Exercise your brain. Your brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Try activities like puzzles, learning a new language, playing an instrument, or even video games that challenge your thinking. 9. Stay active and eat brain-boosting foods. Physical exercise improves blood flow to the brain, which helps with memory. Also, foods like blueberries, nuts, fish, and dark chocolate are great for brain health. 10. Reduce stress. Stress and anxiety make it harder to focus and remember things. Try relaxation techniques like meditation, deep breathing, or even just taking short breaks during study sessions. All right, so here's the thing. Your memory isn't fixed. It's not something you're just born with and stuck with forever. It's a skill, and like any skill, you can train it, improve it, and make it stronger. The techniques we talked about, mnemonics, acronyms, visualization, active recall, and even getting enough sleep, they actually work. But here's the catch. You have to use them. Just watching this video won't magically improve your memory. You've got to try these techniques out in real life. Start small. Maybe today, instead of writing down a grocery list, you try picturing the items in your head using weird, funny images. Or the next time you meet someone new, use the name association trick. Over time, these little habits will add up, and you'll notice a big difference in how easily you remember things. And don't stress if you forget sometimes. That's totally normal. The goal isn't to have a perfect memory. It's to make remembering things easier and less frustrating. So yeah, if you found this helpful, let me know in the comments. Maybe share a memory trick that works for you. And if you want more videos like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.